Well, welcome back to Thoughts While Thinking and Rearranging My Prejudices. And we're going to talk little bit about taxes and slavery. And that may be a sensitive subject to a lot of people, but it kind of gives you something to wrap your mind around a little bit and see if you think you're going to rearrange your prejudices like I do. Sometimes we're supposed to be living in a free country. We're supposed to be a free people. But, we've got the income tax, we got the sales tax, the property tax, the capital gains tax, and the inheritance tax. And, sometimes we just kind of seem like with all those taxes that we're just a slave for the government. And let's think about that for a little bit. And that's what I'm rearranging my prejudices on today and hoping to rearrange some of yours. And, the 21st century tax code is a version of slavery. The IRS has become the overseer of the American people, just like a slave master. And, we're talking about a fair tax. Well, what is a fair tax? Income tax equals tax slavery? Well, let's look at it. Someone's stealing 100% of the product of someone's labor is slavery. Well, at what percentage do they do that it's not slavery? Well, that's something we're going to massage around while we're rearranging our prejudices today. And it's all for the public good, life, liberty, and the pursuit of tax revenue. And it's all for the children. And that's the way they sell the product. Oh, it's all for the public good. But we got a little property tax issue here that something that we got to do something about. We're kind of having to throw up and run our flags upside down because here comes a tax man. If you don't pay your taxes for a couple of years, he slaps a lien on there and he takes your property. And the Supreme Court they said, okay, that's all good, boy. That's the way you go. You just don't have private property that much. We're going to tell you it's private property, but, behind the scene, it ain't really private property. And here's the way that little tax liens work. You skip a year or two, or a few payments on that deal, they go to court, they get a tax lien, they take that tax lien and they kick you out, and then they sell it to somebody else. And that's just kind of like being evicted for not paying your rent. And this old fella here, he's got it nailed down. You'll never own your home. You can only pay rent for them, and them is the government. And after they get through going to court and all that stuff and issue that, no matter how good a friend you are with the sheriff, he's going to evict you. And we're going to go back here because that skipped there and I didn't like that. But this kind of tells you what property tax is. And this is a cartoon, but there's more truth to this cartoon than there is humor. And it gets down to where what tax is, it's when you give somebody something for nothing so you can keep something that you gave everything for. Now, what percent of taxes of that is not slavery? Go back to that same old definition back there. And, the dollar is just wrapped around your property, and you pay those taxes or you get kicked out. Just like this old witch here. She lost her job and then she got upside down on her mortgage, and now then they evicted her and they sold it to somebody else, and she's just out there in the world of hurt without anything deal. And then you come along here and we got tax season, the income tax season. And that income tax season is all year round. I mean, you prepare for that income tax preparation and stuff all year. About half of your business decisions are based on whether or not it complies with IRS regulations and stuff. And that income tax is getting all that stuff together is long and expensive, and that thing not even taking all the time that it does to prepare that sucker once you got all your numbers ready and fill that thing out. And sometimes it might be more merciful if they just enslaved us and let us go that way. And it looks like they're getting close to it right now with the way this China and Russia thing is going. And then we got the sales tax, and the computers and the calculators and all that stuff. That sales tax is so important that they got a key, a plus and minus on that tax, and it is 8 to 10%, and that just adds that much to the cost of your property or what you're buying. One little light point is that that sales tax don't apply to most of your groceries, but you got to be careful which groceries you buy, or you're gonna be paying that sales tax on it. And all those taxes has got the old back weighted down pretty good as while everybody's clicking that calculator, figuring out how much you owe. And then here comes the capital gains tax. After you've paid all those taxes on your property and their income to buy it and all that kind of stuff, here we go, and we're going to tax it again when we sell it. We're going to tax that tax. Yeah, that's what it amounts to. Is that tax your tax. Now, what part of the percentage of that is not slavery? Going back to that old definition back there a while ago. And capital gains tax, it just comes and then it wraps you around the axle when it's sold. And the capital gain is tough. It's just paying taxes on top of your taxes. And some of the capital gains tax gets up to 80%, depending on the amount of money that you have. And the government recognizes you can only make so much money, and then we're going to take all of it. Now, what percent of slavery is that? I mean, what percent of income is that for slavery? Rearrange our little prejudices here a little bit. And that little capital gains tax, it just, like I said, it's just another tax on tax. And then we got the estate tax. And estate taxes is just plain old government theft. It's taxing you on, again, everything that you've worked your life on, and all the taxes you've paid all the years and stuff. And that inheritance tax can get up to 80 or 90%, depending on how much value it is. The government don't want you passing that down and having that money. They want to take everything that you've made for a lifetime on that inheritance tax, and it limits what you can give to your offspring, your assets, or the government, they say. And that inheritance tax takes care of everything. And the application of trying to salvage as much for it for your offsprings as you can to save them, it's lawyers and accountants and everything, and a lot of fees. And I don't know, that inheritance tax is just another backbreaker. And this fella here, he's got it down. I like his poetry. Roses are red, bacon is savory. The U.S. tax code is legalized slavery. Now, I think that works pretty good based on what we did at the beginning of this little exercise here. So anyway, that makes the inflation just go on up. And when you get some of your money back that you paid in all year, you call it a refund. Well, it's not a refund. It is just you got back what you overpaid. And the IRS has operated interest-free with your money for a year. And this cartoon here looks like a bit, tells it like it is. It says, the sign says it's theirs. It's theirs. And they act like it's theirs. And the tax man, Superman can't even win against him, and that tells you a lot about this whole thing. So happy tax returns, and I wish I could deduct complaining about taxes because I can do a lot about that complaining. And we don't want to beat the government. We got to be careful about that because we can't steal from the government because the government don't like competition. And reality just doesn't go away when it's ignored. It's still there. And that's my thoughts while thinking and rearranging my prejudices. And we'll see you on the flip side.